Alright, so pay attention to this one because I have a lot to say on this one. This video will be on pang and pag. Okay, and I put an asterisk on pag because, yeah, there's stuff I want to say. But let's focus on what we gotta talk about for this one here. Uh, we talked about actor focus, or I guess I didn't really talk about actor focus, but that's like your really main like absolutive case pronouns and all that stuff, right? It's like the focus that the agent or the thing that's doing the acting is our main focus, right? And that has a lot of relationship with, or a close relationship with, the agent voice. Okay, so remember, Austronesian alignment is just a voice type. It's not some sort of like morphosyntactic alignment. It's a voice type system that's used in Cebuano. And the actor focus just happens to have a close relationship with the agent voice. So keep that in mind. Um, and as you learned already, mag and nag have their plural counterparts, the mang and nang, right? Well, pag has the same. Pag uses its plural counterpart, which is pang, right? And also the panag, which is the lesser known variant of pang. It is still used just like manag and nanag. It's just it's just less commonly heard or less commonly used, but it does exist. And just because something is less commonly used doesn't mean that it doesn't exist in a language. So for pag, for example, like the other thing that pag does besides expressing the imperative in the actor focus is that it changes nouns to verbs. So if you have a noun with a pag prefix, it changes that into a verb, as we will see with the examples. Another thing with this asterisk that I do have to clarify is that I've mentioned before that certain words take certain affixes and certain words have specific affixes that are only specific to that word or a group of words or a group of related words. So there are always exceptions when you're going to make these affixes or these nouns and verbs when you're going to start affixating them with affixes. There are always going to be exceptions, right? And that's just something that you will have to learn on the way on your journey to learning the Cebuano language. You'll just have to know what these exceptions are, because there's a lot of them. Just a lot, you know, because sometimes when you put pag with a verb, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be a noun. It's just gonna have a verb meaning, not a noun meaning. You see, so that's one exception. The examples I am gonna show here show only the ones that change meanings. But when you do come across them, feel free to share them. I'd like to know them too. It's the interesting part of learning Cebuano is that, you learn something new. And now with pang, right? If we add pang, it's not only expressing the plural form of pag if we use it in a verb sense or verbal sense, but it also has something to do with relating with something. So having to do or relate to, with, or for something, right? So it shows some sort of relationship. And then we will also explore that on the examples that I have below. Down here where it says kaon, I put here kaon as our example verb because I just wanted to show you how kaon changes with the affixation process, right? Mak, nag, and pag, as we already all learned when we're using them as verbs, magkaon, pagkaon, nagkaon, magkaon, right? As verbs, and their plural counterparts, mangaon, nangaon, pangaon. I don't need to explain why that K disappears. You should already have known that with the morphology. Alright, so it's just an example here. And again, I put the example here to differentiate mag from mang, nag from nang, and pag from pang. Alright, so watch. Mangaon sila og sabaw nga sanahorya, right? Nangaon sila og sabaw nga sanahorya. Pangaon sila og sabaw nga sanahorya. They all mean something with eating. They're all, it has to do something with eating carrot soup, right? So they're eating carrot soup. And I put sila og sabaw nga zanahoria because sila is plural, and all of these affixes represent that plural absolutive case pronoun. And why did I use the absolutive case? You should already know why. But sila og sabaw nga zanahoria. Sabaw nga zanahoria is carrot soup, for those of you who don't know. Yes. And then this transitions me with the pagkaon as a noun to down here. So even if we put pag to kaon, kaon is one of those words that changes from a verb to a noun if you put pag to it, if you're not using it in a verbal sense. So pag kaon can mean food, right? Kaon sila or kaon ta or kaon whatever, right? Kaon ko og pagkaon. I'm gonna eat food, right? I will eat food. Pagkaon. Here are more examples, right? Kanta meaning to sing, right? To sing. Another related word is awit, right? So kanta meaning to sing. Oh shoot, I didn't even finish this. I misspelled it, and that seems to be the error with me today. So pagkanta now means song, right? Kanta, pagkanta means song. Another related word is awit, which is an older word, but it's still used. Ampo, pag-ampo. Inom, pag-inom. So, like, to drink or beverage, right? Inom, pag-inom. So those are examples of how the verb changes to a noun when you add pag. Here, lastly, is I have here the pang examples with this last sentence or the last definition I have for pang, with having or something to do in relationship with something, right? It's relating to something, and let's zoom in. So, for example, ligo, which means shower or bathe, right? Bathe or some taking a shower or a bath, right? Pangligo means anything that has to deal with showering or bathing or taking a bath or something like that. So it could either be like materials or clothes or items or objects that have to relate to bathing and taking a bath or a shower. You could have a box of items that relate to that. Like I can have a box of a loofah, soap, a scrub, shampoo, anything like that, and I can collectively call all of those items pangligo because they're all relating to taking a bath or a shower or something like that, or cleaning yourself, right? The next word is higala, right? Higala. And if we add pang, we get panghigala, which means things that are relating to friends or like a friendship, right? Things relating to that, right? So it can be anything that's like, I don't know, sacred promises or lucky charms or something like that. Like things that symbolizes a friendship, right? It has something to relate or has something to do with friendship, right? Balay, pangbalay, right? Pangbalay. Anything that has to do with the house. So I could be like, I could have a shirt or I could have clothing that's related to wearing inside the house versus wearing outside in formal settings, you know. I could have like, I don't know, a pet that's related to only for home and not an outside pet, you know. So something like that, things that relate to indoors or for the house. Same thing with lawas, panglawas, and pangbabaya, things that are related to females, okay? Or for girls or for females, pangbabaye. Any items or objects or just anything in general that relates to the females, all right? Because you ladies are just special, and I know y'all run the world. Anyway, I think that's it for this pang and pag video. Stay tuned for more, and good night.